morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at Pokémon 151, Scarlet and Violet 151, and we need to have a little bit of a chat about what is going on. Because you see, I showed you the other day that the Charizard from 151 is actually spiking right now. That is a card which is jumping up pretty gosh darn quickly. It is ballooning, might be one way to put it. Well, I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen, but it turns out this is not an isolated incident. This is going on across the board. You know, the Charizard has jumped up to an over $200 card, and seems to, as I showed you yesterday, look at recent solds, absolutely seems to be climbing. But this is not unique to the Charizard. Take a look at the Blastoise, for instance. Over the last kind of 6 months, we've seen a pretty clear, sustained rise. Back 6 months ago, you're talking like a $40 card. Now it's up at a $60 card, 50% up in the past 6 months. And as I'm going to show you in a minute, maybe, if packs were readily available and more of these were going to be opened soon, maybe we wouldn't care. But it does feel a lot like actually packs are getting harder to come by now, and that means that we are going to be in a sticky situation, and actually I expect these to keep rising. But it's not just Blastoise to which this is happening. We see this with Venusaur as well. Back 6 months ago, we're talking a $35 card. We're now up at a $55 card. That's a little bit more than a 50% rise. All of the first partner Pokemon have gone up markedly in the past 6 months. And essentially, this is a combination of, well, hang on a second, they're the first partner Pokemon. Obviously, they're going to be popular. And 151 as a set, it's one of those ones, it's very popular. So it's going to keep selling out. And because it's getting on a bit, it's getting harder and harder to find. And that means these single prices are going to go in this direction. So the first partner Pokemon are jumping up quite a lot, but they are like the big free signature cards in the set. What about all the others? Well, it's not quite as stark, but there is a bit of a trend. Look at Zapdos. It's gone up from like a $30 card to about a $44 card. So actually a decent little jump up for Zapdos there. Not quite the spike we've seen from the other three, but still enough for us to go, well, hang on a second. That is very much jumping up. And it's not just the special illustration rares. Look at something like the Charmander, for instance, which is the top of the illustration rares. Luckily, I already pulled my Japanese one of these. And you'll notice that's gone from like a $25 card up to a $42 card. So we're seeing across the board here with 151, we are seeing a pretty clear and sustained rise in price. This is not just one or two cards where it's a bit of an anomaly and, well, these ones are going up, but the set as a whole is okay, so maybe don't worry too much. No. This is a sustained rise among the set as a whole. 151 single prices are jumping up, even full art Charizard, which I think we can all agree is not necessarily the biggest card in the set, has gone from like a $30 to $40 card over the past 6 months. Obviously, as you go down the list from most to least expensive, you're getting less expensive cards, so the rise is going to be a bit less noticeable, a bit less dramatic. But make no mistake about it, it is there and it is happening. And unfortunately, 151 singles are going up quite nicely. Although I do feel at this stage compelled to check in on Erica, who was like the big pre-release darling, the one that everybody thought was going to be like this ridiculously expensive card, and actually gone down from, $18 to $16 in the past 6 months. Again, the scale of the graph is very important here. Looks like it's come down quite a bit. It's actually a $2 drop. Yeah, Erica was the one that everybody thought was going to be like super expensive, and didn't happen. Ended up being quite a reasonable card, in English at least. So I think at this stage we can all agree that I've shown you that the singles prices for 151 are jumping up quite a bit. So what's going on with the sealed products? What's happening in terms of trying to just go and pick up these packs so you can pull the singles that you want? Well, if you go over to the Pokemon Center UK and search for Scarlet and Violet 151, for some reason they show you the Annihilate pin pack. Not entirely sure why, but you'll also notice here that everything is sold out. Like over on the Pokemon Center UK, there is literally nothing still in... Well, okay, fine, the Annihilate pins are in stock. But I hate to break it to you, they're not actually 151 TCG products. So, sorry about that. And if we go and have a look on the US Pokemon Center, it's exactly the same deal. I have to zoom all the way out to see the full range, but there is nothing in stock, unfortunately. Sorry. Literally everything is sold out. And I do mean everything. I've checked. Literally everything is sold out. So over on the Pokemon Center, which is generally kind of your first port of call, the general rule is the Pokemon Center isn't going to be cheap, right? You're not getting things cheap at the Pokemon Center, but they're going to have better stock levels. They're going to have more stuff in stock. So you're paying, you're not getting any bargains, but you are actually getting sustained stock levels. And that's all right. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's okay. It's not too bad. But if it's sold out at the Pokemon Center, that's generally not a good look. Like, if we go and have a look on Magic Madhouse. Now, this is a well-known online UK store. I do not support them. I'm not endorsing them or anything along those lines. I'm using them as an example because they are the kind of place that as soon as these products are hard to find, they will jack up the price. So, as well as going on the Pokemon Center and asking, well, hang on a second, are they sold out there? You can go on to Magic Madhouse and ask, are they jacking up the price? And if they are jacking up the price, that is more proof that actually these products are gone, because if they're available anywhere, Magic Madhouse will be selling them at or below retail, and they will tell you what the retail price is, and they will tell you how much cheaper they are. And the second they're difficult to find, they will raise the price, and you'll notice on the screen they don't tell you the retail price, and they don't compare their own prices to the retail price because they're above retail. And, have a look here. What are they showing us? Well, they're trying to sell the Binder Collection for £52. That retails for $24.99. This is more than double retail. They're trying to sell the EX boxes for $34.95. These retail at $19.99. So 75% above retail. These aren't just a little bit above retail. These are dramatically above retail price. And what this tells us is that 151 is becoming very difficult to find, because shops like Magic Madhouse, the second they become more difficult to find, whether they're just sold out temporarily or out of stock or whatever, the prices will raise dramatically, and that's exactly what we've seen here. And all this goes to show us that 151 is basically sold out. If it's not available on the Pokemon Center, and the big websites are starting to charge basically double or near enough, just over for the Binder Collection, just under for the EX boxes, then that tells us that these products are just generally not available. And this is a bad sign. You'll also notice that if you go around on Facebook right now, you're starting to see more and more posts of people going, hey, I'm buying 151 booster packs, as many as I can get hold of. These are people that have basically realized, hang on a second, these things are selling out. I need to get these now, because if I sit on them for honestly a very short period of time, they are going to keep going up in price. And this is why those singles prices I showed you earlier aren't going down anytime soon. It's not just that prices are spiking, it's that you shouldn't expect these to go down anytime soon. It wasn't that long ago I was showing you that the Ultra Premium Collection was back in stock at the Pokemon Center and came with the Squirtle, the promo. Yeah, that's long gone, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid. Not only is the Squirtle promo gone, but the Ultra Premium Collection itself is well and truly sold out. So, to put it bluntly, singles are ballooning in price, but the products are basically sold out everywhere, and the stores that have them in stock are starting to raise them in price dramatically. This is not a good sign for anyone that hasn't completed the set. If you find 151 cheap anywhere anytime soon, this is a kind of time where you might find it in the odd shop here and there. So if you do find it, it is very much worth picking up now. As time goes by, I'm afraid this is going to get worse. 151 is spiking. 151 is sold out. I'm not saying there's not going to be a restock. There absolutely might be a restock. But for now, I'm afraid it's not looking great. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions. Tell me which of these cards you've picked up and which are the ones you've missed out. Let me know in the comment section. Get us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Danger Morales, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.